Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. Ex-Grizz football player Beau Donaldson is back in court, accused of violating terms of his parole.
Missoula County Attorney Kirsten Pabst petitioned the court to revoke Donaldson's suspended sentence back in September, which would have forced him back to prison.
MTN's Connor McCauley was at the hearing today and joins us now with the latest details. Connor?
Thanks, Jill and Dennis. After being released on parole in 2016, Beau Donaldson has been living in Bozeman, where Kirsten Pabst says Donaldson has violated his parole a total of 16 times. She thinks that Donaldson only responds to the threat of jail time and thinks his second chances have been worn out.
Beau Donaldson will remain a free man despite the county attorney's attempt to put him back in jail. In 2010, Donaldson pled guilty to rape, and Judge Karen Townsend sentenced the former Grizz football player to 30 years in prison, with 20 of those suspended. He then served 3 of those years before being released on parole. Missoula County Attorney Kirsten Pabst filed for a petition to revoke Donaldson's sentence after he violated his parole numerous times. One violation included Donaldson's access to social media, which he violated multiple times.
On August 24th, the probation officer learned about violations 13, 14, and 15. That he was again on social media, that he again had a smartphone, and that he lied to them this time.
Another violation stems from Donaldson's inability to be in establishments whose primary goal is to serve or sell alcohol. He had violated this parole numerous times and admitted to being in our bar and others around Bozeman.
August 23rd of 2017, we have violation number 11. He'd again been going into bars. In this particular instance, he had been in the Midtown Tavern, and his explanation was that he didn't know that that was a bar.
Donaldson violated a litany of other conditions, adding up to 16 in total. Judge Townsend ruled that despite these violations, she could not send Donaldson back to prison because of a new law that limits a judge's discretion when it comes to breaking conditions of a sentence.
The court will dismiss the petition to revoke and remand the case back to the department for further supervision of Mr. Donaldson's behavior.
Donaldson will get another chance, a chance that angers his victim, as she believes he has had too many to begin with.
One slip up, and in a case like this, it isn't going to take much. He'll be brought back before this court, and the court can again sentence him to whatever sentence they deem appropriate under the codes of Montana. I feel like you've had that slip up multiple times.
While Donaldson will not be going back to prison, Judge Townsend said she is concerned about Donaldson's continued use of alcohol and says he should be under stricter testing to ensure his compliance. Back to you.
All right, Connor, thank you. Donaldson's parole supervisor did punish him for these violations, having him serve 10 days in jail and having him complete sex offender treatment and chemical and mental dependency treatments. Because of some bad weather and fatigue from the weekend, the Flathead County Sheriff's Office has given the search and rescue team time to rest and so has suspended the search for missing skier John Torgerson. Torgerson's been missing since last Saturday, and crews have been searching for him every day since. Upwards of 50 volunteers per day have been scouring the area near Whitefish Mountain Resort. Two Bear Air has provided services in the air. Now, Flathead County Sheriff Chuck Curry says they loved having Two Bear Air there to help find this missing skier, but right now this has become a ground search. The crews are going tree to tree with avalanche probes checking tree wells. The time span for finding Torgerson from his transceiver signal has since passed. Curry says the department will reevaluate conditions tomorrow, keeping in mind the safety of the searchers as well.
When we do have people who aren't really trained, that's always a concern. We've attempted to manage that as best we can. Of course, we can only do so much, but our goal is to make absolutely certain that all the rescuers are as safe as they possibly can be.
Also, the Lake County Sheriff's Office is searching for a 26-year-old Polson man near the SKQ Dam near Polson. Lake County Sheriff Don Bell says they're looking for 26-year-old Kyle Butterhoff near the dam after his truck was found in a parking lot there on Saturday. Bell says Butterhoff's dad contacted law enforcement Friday after his son left his home in Perma and was distraught. Employees at the SKQ Dam found Butterhoff's vehicle in the parking lot there on Saturday, but it wasn't reported to law enforcement until Sunday. Bell says his deputies, search and rescue and man trackers spent the day Sunday and Monday looking for Butterhoff. They're now searching nearby roads and fields and are using drones to see if he walked away from the area in an attempt to find his tracks. Butterhoff's mom is Cindy Lee. She tells us her son has Asperger's syndrome and is a high-functioning autistic, which makes him antisocial. Bell is asking for anyone who knows of his whereabouts to call the Lake County Sheriff Dispatch at 883-7301. Moving to weather, a little snowy out there today. We'll find out what's in store for us for the rest of the work week when we go on over to meteorologist Russ Thomas with our first forecast now. Russ.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of snow come down, but we've also had some blue sky out there from time to time today, which has been very nice. Temperatures certainly on the cool side. We look at our satellite and radar right now, and again, not much going on here in terms of actual snowfall. A lot of cloud cover. Those clouds are going to begin to decrease tonight, and that's going to allow our temperatures to really drop off for tomorrow morning, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Right now, current temperatures 26 in Kalispell. We're sitting at 28 in Missoula. These numbers for this time of day in late February are definitely below the norm. And again, we'll see if we can get no warmer temperatures coming up, and we'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Voters will be asked this year to continue to support a special levy to help keep the Granite County Medical Center fully operational after the current levy expires next year.
Hospital administrators tell me the levy makes all the difference in covering operational expenses at a time when other health care reimbursements are getting hard to come by.
Approval of the current levy 3 years ago came at a critical time for the hospital in Phillipsburg, which was going through some financial turmoil as it scrambled to cope with the rapidly changing healthcare market. This new levy, which Granite County Commissioners have approved for the ballot June 5th, will replace the current levy, keeping that funding stream in place.
The new levy that we plan to request from our voters in June is a 3-year levy at $400,000 per year. And that starts on July 1st of 2019 when our current levy expires. It'll represent 31.74 mills, and that's $42.85 per 100,000 taxable value of property.
Stopler says the levy does include a proposed increase, which is geared to rising costs, but also to keep the levy package in line with what Granite County taxpayers are able to pay. And that increase is critical as the hospital continues to wrestle with debt as people struggle to cope with health care costs.
This is a $2.13 increase over last year. But we are hopeful that our community will understand that with the amount of bad debt that all of rural Montana hospitals experience and the declining reimbursements, that we do rely on the support of our county to meet our operational shortfalls.
Hospital administrators are hoping voters will continue to recognize how the levy has been a critical piece of the funding mix for the medical center going forward.
It does represent 10% of our overall annual budget. So it is really important because we do operate so close to the edge that 10% really means everything.
Hospital supporters will be publishing more informational details about the levy in the next few weeks.
The current owners of the Southgate Mall are planning to stay active in development of the areas adjacent to the mall, even after the mall itself is taken over by an Ohio investment group. As MTN News reported Saturday, the Washington Prime Group announced it was buying Southgate Mall for $58 million in a fourth-quarter conference call with investors late last week. The deal will close out the local ownership of the mall by developer Peter Lambros and his partners, who first opened this mall in the early 80s. The sale comes as the local group is close to wrapping up a major updating and expansion of the mall, adding a new Lucky's Market and AMC Theater to anchor a town center approach on the mall's south end. But Lambros and his partners plan to stay actively involved in the mall district. He tells MTN News the group will now be shifting its focus onto the planned residential development on the southwest corner of the Southgate property. That's actually been a part of the mall redevelopment concept for the past several years. Lambros says he fully expects the mall sale to be finalized in the second quarter.
The director of operations for AMC Theaters says the chain isn't planning to offer an entirely different lineup of movies as it runs 2 Missoula theaters. Instead, both theaters will offer the same lineup of first-run movies, letting customers decide which theater they want to visit based on geography and the different amenities at each location. The new AMC Southgate Mall 9 had a soft opening over the weekend and is moving into full operation this evening. This outlet is the company's first AMC dine-in theater in the Inland Northwest, offering movie fans a chance to not only see the latest films, but order restaurant-style food as well as traditional snacks. right from the convenience of their reclining chairs. People have wondered how the company will manage the flow of films between the new theater and the AMC 12 on North Reserve, but the company says the lineups at both theaters will be similar with all new first-run movies.
We're going to treat both theaters as two separate theaters. We're going to try to book all of the popular movies in both locations so we could still attract, all of the Missoulan guests to, if they prefer going to the other location, they could go. If they want to come here, they're going to have that option.
AMC took over operation of the theater complex on North Reserve from Carmike Cinemas last year.
All right, well, still ahead, the U.S. has already been inundated with hacks this year. We'll find out which sector was hit the most.
And after the break, sushi's on the menu, and KPAX takes you on special assignment to meet Chef Tony at the Blue Samurai. That's coming up on KPAX.